Hello guys, today we're back with another video regarding TINFMJT. This time it's about absent TINFMJT drivers. These are just all the absent ones that Texas forgot to include. So up first we have Get a Job, or as I knew him, CJ. He was the driver of Avenger for a while, but eventually, after the World Finals, I guess he just disappeared. Gone. Never to be seen again. So that was quite so now Avenger is in need of a driver. I did drive that guy. I did drive him at arenas, I think, but that was it. But that was about it. So I mean, at the only arena show that I had ever been to. I believe that was at San Francisco. Correct me if I'm wrong. And but it was clear that he was driving Avenger because he had a literal Avenger fire suit. He was featured on the 2026 lineup, but he has never been to a single 2026 event. So yeah, I think he's absent. Up next, we have Mike. I only saw him at one TINFJT event, and basically that was back when we were rivals, but now we aren't. He was in the 2026 schedule, apparently. He's supposed to be Lucas Oil Crusader, but I mean, maybe Lucas Oil Crusader? I'm not sure, but he's just out of it. But he is gone from the tour. Either way, that dude is gone. Because for some reason he disappeared. I guess he went on. Mike has just moved on to DMGT. And which have quite a few TINFJT drivers. And a few of the drivers in that tour, fun fact, are actually were in TINFJT first before they moved on to that. Before they moved on. As there's TP who was mentioned in Texas's video. And just for some clarification, the reason why I'm glad he's gone is because he is so mean to me. I don't remember him being in any shows, but I don't remember him being mean to me at all in those shows. But in DMGT, he's a lot more of a bully. And do not bully, guys. Trust me, you don't want to ruin someone's day. I am very clearly against bullying. So then, and apparently Lindsay Week was also supposed to be in the 2026 schedule, but he's just gone. I never saw him in those tours, in any of the tour's shows. So he's another TMGT focused person. And up next, I think Texas told me during practice of World Finals, which just turned into a nice little peaceful area to just chill out and talk about stuff. He might have said that Danny was in the tour. So our next absent driver is Danny. And he made his own tour called DMGT. So, and a lot of the previous TINFJT drivers just moved it onto there. So that's some interesting lore for you. And I believe he drove Velociraptor. And I believe he drove Velociraptor during that tour, maybe? I don't know. But then here's just something, and here's some clarification about it regarding Wed, another absent driver. He did not drive McGruff, as that was Matthew's truck before he moved on to Wildside when Mecha stepped out of Wildside and moved on to Jurassic Attack. He would even he actually was driving Uproar in Metal Militia, I think. Because I believe Uproar, because I saw him drive those two trucks at Atlanta Motor Speedway, which was definitely a little odd for me, seeing two trucks. So that, I honestly believe that and Danny has also driven a lot of other trucks as well, like Max D, who, in TINFMJT, back when he was still in this tour, Fulton would actually be driving Max D. But now he was kicked out ever since TINFMJT World Finals 12 Day 1. If you want further clarification on that incident, then you can go to my friend Texas Foley Axe Driver's account and watch his video called TINFMJT Controversies. Basically, I was racing him, and he asked for a redo when nothing wrong happened. He was probably just being a sore loser because I had won that race. Because I won the race fair and square. I personally thought I was going to get beaten by Fulton, but I was just a pro at the J-shape racing. I haven't really gotten a World Finals freestyle win yet, but hopefully if the age verification goes away by 2027, I should get a freestyle win there, because I am hyped about going, because I love TINFJT, so I think I'll just step aside. So step aside, DMGT. I've got my own things to do. Because now I am strictly driving in DMGT. I mean, in TINFJT. Although Texas doesn't do live streams, which I want him to do live streams, and he can make driver cards for us drivers. I can finally be featured on a YouTube video, even with my own driver card as well. So that will be sick. But back to Mike, it seems now he's doing good driving Kraken. Otherwise, no. And I decided to officially make this a new monster truck meme. Karkin, which is just a misspelling for Kraken. Because that's how it's misspelled in Monster Truck Inferno. A game that just recently added Hang Loose and a couple other trucks, including Velociraptor, which you might know from if you watch my previous video on TINFJT oddities when I talked about Coke literally being in Velociraptor. Yeah, that's strange because that's actually very strange. So I think if you guys that's really about all I have to say because I'm running out of drivers. But those are just some extra drivers that Texas forgot. Oh, wait, but I do have one more. CJ May. He is probably the most controversial figure in TINFMJT because he literally tried stealing Gravedigger from me. And if you know me, you know that taking Gravedigger from me is a big no-no. He did take it from me in World Finals, but I was okay with that. But then when I grabbed Gravedigger first in the following show that day, which was not World Finals, but just a typical show at Sophie Stadium, he literally grabbed GD after I grabbed him. And then he just got immediately banned. The thing is, Texas asked him to be Gravedigger the Legend, a now technical. A truck that doesn't really compete at normal shows anymore, but did compete at the World Finals last year in 2025. I did see Temp drive him at the only Monster Brawler show where Mega would just be hosting it, so because I am absolutely horrible at doing scores because I have no idea how to do that. But CJ May definitely deserve to get out of here. To get out of this tour. But I think we might need some more crew members for TINFMJT. So perhaps Texas, if the tour ever gets a revive after Roblox's horrible age verification update, Texas might start recruiting old TINFMJT drivers to be crew people. We could have a team for each truck. Team Roar Time, Team Gravedigger, Team. Bro, what? I just did a double backflip, bro. Anyway, maybe he could be back to the truck teams. Team Classroom Crusher, Team Dragon, Team El Toro Loco, Team JCB Gigatron, Team Bigfoot. All those trucks could have their own teams. And if we ever run out of absent drivers that could be crew people, then we can just look for people who might want a job as a crew guy. So anyway, I think that's all for now. This is BFG or Shin, whatever you want to call me. The Gravedigger and Roar Time driver zooming out.